Hello, everyone, and thank you to all who joined the Immolation of Night premiere. The song is out now, and alongside this release, the much anticipated announcement for the new album Heavener by Animate, which will be coming up on March 17th, just next month. Right now, pre orders for both two new vinyl variants, which are outstanding, by the way, and new merch designs are live. unfstore.com/invent-animate. Make sure to go over and get your pre-order. Check out the new designs. The pre-save link for the album is also live now, so you can go over, pre-save the album, get ready for the big release, March 17th. Most anticipated album for me, and I'm sure I'm not alone in that. All of that being said, I'm going to be joined by the Invent Animate boys here shortly to get going with this interview. Wait for them to join me here, but as you can see on the screen, you've got the vinyl variants that are available, submersion and surfacing. Here we are.
Yo.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, UNFD. A little bit of moderator action.
So, as you all know, the boys in Invent Animates, Caleb, Keaton, and Marcus are here with us. We are not joined by Trey as he is busy, but we're going to be getting going with this interview. Boys, is there anything you wanted to say before we start?
Yeah, thanks to everybody who was in the chat. Y'all made us all nervous as hell because there's way too many of you. And your response to the video was very fun and just funny to read along. So thanks for being here.
And also thank you to Rachel for
of course. Shout out to our host, the greatest host of all time, backed by science, some would say.
Oh my god. Well, thank you all very much. I'm excited for this. I'll be doing some interview questions with Invent, and then afterwards there will be a chance for you all in chat to submit some questions for them as well. Of course, we have some things to talk about, starting with the Immolation of Night. I think where we should start is, so obviously you worked with Chris Klump on this video as well as videos in the past. How did y'all get started working with Chris, who is wonderful and super kind, by the way?
All right, this is gonna be tricky to take some of these, but I'll go for this one. Chris has just been kind of like a so we got on some management. We met him through Currents and some other people. He's a really good guy, and when we were getting ready to shoot music videos, we did a lot of research, and yeah, he did obviously The Sun Sleeps As If It Never Was, and after that came out, it was just like, oh bro, I don't know if there's anybody who quite gets it like this guy. And he grinds so fucking hard, it's insane. So yeah,
he's so hard. He works hard.
That's our absolute boy. He works a freakish amount. Like he'll go to 4 a.m. if you allow it.
I think I just saw him posting about how he did that for the Currents video. So that seems to check out.
He has no chill. But yeah, I think he's phenomenal and like one of the best right now in the scene. So
undisputed.
That picks out for sure. He has some big stuff. So speaking of the video, what was the inspiration for the Immolation of Night video, which by the way was outstanding, definitely the most cinematic that I've seen for y'all, even including the Sun Sleeps. I think obviously there was some more cinematic things than that possibly. So what was the inspiration?
We're all movie heads. We love like horror, anything dark, creepy, and we had never really, I don't know, with Invent, it's like we take things that we enjoy like consuming, and we like to like put it back into our art. So this one specifically, like there's going to be a bunch of people, I'm sure, like guessing or like saying, this looks like The Witch. It was inspired by that, just like the feeling of it. But we wanted to add like another element to our music, like, okay, yes, this is like a dark, creepy, like eerie feeling song. Let's like create a vision that matches that. And so we went to Klump and we were like, hey, like this is what we like. This is what we want to do. Like, it like as far as like film grading shots, like even the shots of us are like super weird and ominous. Like you can see me from behind from like 30 feet away, just like going crazy.
Yeah, so, like no direct camera shots.
Exactly. All of that was intentional. So The influence, yeah, like anything horror. The Witch was a big one. Just something that like feels unsettling is what we were going for.
Yeah. Shout out Robert Eggers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Ari Oster, all of them.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, y'all did a very good job, or and Chris too, at kind of expressing that. Because even myself, who doesn't watch very many movies in general or horror movies, I think that was easy to kind of gather. With all those shots and stuff, where did you film the video?
It was in Tennessee, more or less. It was all in like the Nashville area. We wrapped up that tour. We wrapped up the Era tour in Nashville in August, and we just like stayed in Nashville for a week, and we did the music video for Elysium, Immolation, and maybe something else. Who knows? sorry, UNFD.
Marcus, you can kind of tell that story of us getting out to that cabin because it was absolutely fucked.
I think the thing I remember the most was putting our actress through literal hell.
Yeah, we didn't mean to.
A lot. Yeah.
Getting up there, so it's like you had to kind of drive over a small mountain to get to this cabin. This cabin was apparently built in like the 1800s. So we just did some scouting around the area. We had to drive like, I think 3 hours total to get there. And as we're going up the hill and we get closer to the cabin, we're in our van and trailer, massive vehicle. We realize we can't get to the cabin at all. And like we have all this camera gear.
Oh yeah.
We've got all kinds of stuff. So we had to kindly ask the poor actress who we had met like 30 minutes prior to that to stuff all this stuff into her car and have her bring all of us down. We took 2 trips actually to this cabin. And we finally got there, and then we worked super late. Like just took so long. But I don't know. Very funny experience, very weird. I felt bad for her, but she killed it. There was some times where I've never really been in the presence of like a real like actor person or actress. Yeah.
She screamed.
Yeah, she like unprompted did so many crazy things that I think made the music video so much more realistic and cool. But that was just a super cool experience.
Yeah, she did one specific thing. I was on my phone just up on like a hill behind where they were filming, and from nowhere she screamed so loud that I dropped my phone. It scared me so much.
And that was just like not on script at all. We didn't ask her to do anything like that.
She just tried some stuff out, which we loved, and like we ended up with some of those things, which was sick.
Wow. Oh, that is super cool. Good. Yeah, I was wondering watching it too, like how did this even come to be? The question I have been wondering since I first saw the music video, the burning cabin at the end of the video, is it related to, so it obviously Fireside Flag from the Greyview collection, that was a burning house on there, and instantly seeing that, it reminded me of it. Was that like a nod at the merch or completely different?
Should we lie here or should we be honest? No, we just like honestly, that's just a cool aesthetic. Like that's all I have to say about it, and it just like kind of lined up here. We didn't mean to do that.
The amount of times that like Keaton and I have been brainstorming things, and I'm just like,
fire.
Have been on fire. So I think it's just like there's something about that aesthetic, but it plays into like the music video. Like I won't like spell it out, but like anybody watching the music video can be like, oh, this is like this, and draw their own conclusions.
Yeah, not directly correlated, but if you want to believe that, I'm not mad at you.
I
wish we were that smart. I wish we were smart enough to just connect any 2 points in anything we do, but
yeah, you guys do all the connecting for us. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, I was super overthinking. As soon as I saw it, I was like, there is no warmth without you related to that. And then I was like, all right, I got to stop because I don't know if it's that deep or not.
We just got to answer yes from now on. It's like, yes.
Calculated, man.
That was me, actually.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. I've been wondering that for some time. So moving on kind of to the song in general, I know y'all played it on the European tour and then on your headlining tour, which I got to see it live. It blew my mind. So for me, it was quite an experience. Would you say overall that was pretty much the crowd reception, that you were like seeing everybody lose their minds to it, I'm assuming, or what was that like for you in terms of crowd reception?
Yeah, it was sick. I'll let Marcus speak, but we intentionally picked it out of the record. We were going on tour with Suicide Silence and Spite and After the Burial and Cabal
Just so heavy.
and Boundaries. And it was like, one of these things is not like the other. And like we were one of those things. So it's like, this could be fun. Let's like play an unreleased track. And it like every night it's just like we have a circle pit moment. We have like the end breakdown, the middle breakdown. It's just like, it was, I think, one of the best moves that we've made in our like live music career, just pulling it out.
Yeah, that song is basically, the vast majority of it is just crazy screaming for me. And when we wrote the song, we are gonna be like, I don't think, like, we wrote it and it was so fucking heavy, and I have like a slight memory of us like, is it gonna fit on the record or not? And we just put it there because it was just stupid heavy. And then we decided to play it live. And first time we played it, it kind of like, I thought something heavy was gonna happen, but I didn't think it was gonna be that crazy like it was. Because like we got like every night it created some kind of circle pit, and like it kept like, after a certain point where people like stopped doing circle pit, they just jumped around in a circle for the whole song. It was so odd to watch.
Contain the energy.
Yeah, I specifically remember playing in Poland, and they just kept it going for the whole song, which was crazy.
Yeah, definitely just like a screw it moment, that song.
Yeah,
like let's just do it all the way, and it kind of translates live that way.
Yeah, it's definitely understandable why that was picked for live and stuff. And even though it's obviously, I would say the heaviest track, even going back into the beginning of your discography, but at the same time, where a lot of songs are like, when they're that heavy, they're like pissed off lyrics. You have the lyrics, I am enough, I am whole in the breakdown. Where does that kind of come from? Like having the more, because I think it makes it stick out a lot. You know, a lot of times when you hear a breakdown like that, it's like something like, you know, some call out that's like super pissed, or like, you know, something like swearing or something. But for me, it just hits that much more to have something that's very still Invent Anime, even though it's heavy as can be. You guys have like that sort of feeling in a lot of your music, but in the heaviest breakdown too.
Right. Yeah. This is mostly Trey's work on the lyrics, but you know, me and all the boys were kind of involved on this. But yeah, I think picking those lyrics for that song was kind of designed exactly how you described it. It's just like the juxtaposition of something really, really heavy, and the song is actually pretty much about overcoming something, you know, or overcoming adversity or loss or whatever it is, you know, that you can apply to yourself. Trey probably has a more personal story to tell, but I'll let him tell that when he has a chance to. But yeah, just like, I don't know, I've never really seen a like stupid heavy song, dark music video, this and that, but it's just like, hey, you know, this is the meaning behind it, and it's, I don't know, cool juxtaposition to me.
To kind of speak on Trey's behalf a little bit, I think if you follow our band and like, you know, our lyrical content, a lot of it is like grief, loss, tragedy, and like just like being in that, and that's always been on brand for us. And this is like flipping the coin a little bit, going to the other side of it, where it's like, okay, taking all that like trauma, like loss, tragedy in your life, and like taking it, bringing it in, and like letting it make you, like letting it build you, letting you become like wholer or stronger as a person. And so like we're still like looking at the same things that we've been writing about. We're just looking at them from the side of like, hey, this can build me, this can make me whole.
Wow. I didn't think I could like the song anymore, but now I do feel that way. I think this one will be the last question on my side before we start taking some from the chat. I can obviously see why Immolation of Night was picked for the live song and stuff, but do each of you have a track that you're most excited for listeners to hear off of the upcoming album, aside from Immolation, which has like that, you know, the live show, the lineup you mentioned you were touring with and stuff, but like otherwise?
I think we can all go through and pick one. Caleb, you could start.
Whew. You just put me on the spot because in my brain I'm saying Dirty Doggy in my brain because
that's the pre-pro name.
Yeah, so every song that we have begins with a dog shit, just like terrible cringe, like working title. And my favorite track is Dirty Doggy, which I think is.
I'm gonna let you figure this one out.
Dude, what is it?
I know exactly what it's
me.
called.
What is
we're
it
not
called?
gonna help you.
Why would you not? There's no hope. Is it False Meridian?
No,
but that one's goated. That's my pick for sure.
Hold on.
Do you wait, Marcus? Do you not know? Man, nobody knows the name of our songs. Listen,
Marcus
I'm the worst one.
What's it called? I just want to answer the question.
Hold on.
He's looking it up.
Yeah.
It's like
all right. While you're doing that, my favorite is called False Meridian. It's like the second. I would say kind of the second heaviest song.
Is that
on
Dirty
the record?
Doggy?
No, False Meridian is a different song.
It's called Purity Weeps, Caleb.
Yeah,
no, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's not Purity Weeps.
I'm not doing
it's
this.
surfacing. Sorry.
There we go. Jesus Christ.
It's surfacing.
Yeah, mine's False Meridian. It's got like some banger parts. The whole song fucking rules. That's my most anticipated track. I think people disagree with me, but I think it'll be like the song that's not a single that people will attach to the most.
Yeah, I think my favorite one, the song that I definitely listen to the most is False Meridian because it's bang out crazy, very fast paced and stuff. People like it, but one song that's going to be special to release is a song called Reverie, and it's just, I don't know, it's a weird, I don't know how to say it without spoiling anything. It's something new that none of us has ever done before, I guess. Kind of. At least not Invent Animate, which is going to be sick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, very.
I'm so bad at not spoiling shit. I'm sorry.
I will say this is probably my most listened to Invent record, if that makes sense. Like, I've never been so excited or into what we wrote.
Caleb, what is it about Void Surfacing for you?
It's just punchy, man. Genty.
It's got riff, bro.
It's got riffs for days.
And
it's got
ripped out of his mind.
It's got a breakdown that just gets me.
Nice.
Okay. I'm excited for now. I mean, obviously that's kind of redundant, but thank you. Sorry, I didn't realize that the track names were
it's
the way y'all did
it takes us like a year to figure it out. It takes us releasing the album, honestly, to stop calling it by the pre-pro, because you just like address it that way for the entire time you're writing it.
Yeah, also when we're communicating with each other and we're talking about the songs that we wrote, it's always going to be the pre-pro names.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just common or if we're just like really stupid, but
yeah, I just like Graveview just like took its own place in my mind. Yeah, like just now the songs, which is so odd.
Even after performing them live and stuff like that.
Well, all the singles and stuff catch on real quick. It's just the off songs, you know.
Gotcha.
But yeah, cool. Those are the ones.
Thank you very much. I think we're ready to take some questions from chat. If you have some questions for the band, go ahead and put them in chat now, and we'll get to some of them.
Go on now. Ask them questions.
Oh, yeah.
I think I see one over there. It says, what's the most difficult song to perform live? There it is. Oh, cool.
Nice.
This pops up and shit.
Oh, this is
dope. You guys are goated. Shout out UNFD.
Expensive.
on the record, it's what Caleb said is void surfacing for sure. I think.
We haven't performed that live.
How do you know that?
I don't. They're not asking us about a random song, or like an old song or anything.
But
What
what
do you want me
songs
to-
do we perform live?
I mean, out of the singles,
The answer is Cloud Cascade for Keaton. He is so busy during that song.
Oh,
yeah,
true.
but who cares about that? I'm talking about
It's
the
the
record, bro.
question. Oh
That's
my
the
The hardest
question.
song on the record is Void Surfacing.
Did he ask what is the hardest song on the record? Dude. Hi. Favorite moment while recording / writing? I'll answer. Wow. So many, actually. We went to a cabin in the middle of nowhere in Arkansas with our boy Landon Tours. And it was sick. We just all like kind of built a station to work, do like our own respective I don't know, duties. Like Landon and Marcus had a vocal station. There was a main writing station, and then I had a station for like brushing up like on electronics and layers and stuff. And it was just like the most immersive, productive. It was 2 weeks total that we were out there. 10 days.
Something like that, yeah, pretty close.
It was that, and then we went also to. Did I even go to Landon's?
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, y'all went to Landon's.
Yeah, and Marcus, you could probably touch on that because Marcus loves Landon dearly.
No, when we started writing with Landon, I like quickly realized that holy shit, this dude has the exact same like way of creating ideas and shit. He's just way better. And I was like, because we had a plan on recording somewhere else, and then like after we've written with him, but like halfway through, we're just like, why don't we fucking record with you? This is going so smoothly. It feels comfortable. You bring out ideas from me that I didn't know I had. And like also his ideas were crazy. And it's like a lot of them is on the record. And so we just decided to go to Detroit to his place for 10 days and just track it. We went to Texas to track screams and rewrite some ideas and overlook the songs a little bit, both like instrumentally and vocally. And then we went to Detroit and we tracked the whole thing and just perfected it. We did some like final touching after that, but other than that, it was just amazing.
Yeah, pretty goated writing process this time around.
Yeah.
Going to the middle of nowhere really kind of brings out some shit in you.
Oh yeah.
All right. And the next one, it looks like we have a question from Chris. How do you guys find inspiration when writing a new record?
I can kind of touch on that a little bit. Obviously, just like you get a pretty solid amount of time between having to write stuff and instrumentally. Obviously, like as much as some people maybe wouldn't admit it, but just like finding inspiration in what's happening now and like keeping up with things that are happening around you. And it's like, as long as you're doing that, you're finding a place for you to move forward to. And I don't know. And like, as far as like lyric writing goes and stuff, it's just like real life, like stuff happens. And I find the songs that are easiest to write for me, which I don't write a lot of lyrics, but I do have some songs just come from experiences and like maybe growing and finding comfort and being able to share that, whereas before I wasn't.
Yeah, I think the best thing you can do for any sort of creative process is just like take what you feel, like take what you experience, and if you don't have a way to express it otherwise, just like put it down. And I know that's true for a lot of different artists. Like if you're making a painting or writing a novel, like at your whole life experience or like recent whatever, like for artists the best way to get that out into the world is to just like put it into your art, and it comes pretty naturally, like letting those emotions just kind of like drive the process.
Yeah. And I think for the most part, also you can get it wrong the first couple of times you try,
Oh, yeah.
like you're pulling for inspiration from things, and that's like just part of it. And this record in particular was like, I think it was the hardest for me to find inspiration for. And I like took a few steps into places that were maybe like not as genuine or this or that, but finally finding something that was like true took some trial and error.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, the next one is, what made you the most scared during the writing process on a creative level?
Marcus, you love being scared, so
Yeah. No, so we definitely touched on some ways of like singing and also screaming that I felt a little uncomfortable with, because I've done it before, but I've never like put it on an official product and shipped it out into the world. So like some new softer ways of singing. Also, I used some like, I don't know how to say that, but it's definitely harder ways of singing, like more distortion and shit, like going more crazy and touching on like more emotional stuff, trying to sound like I have panic. I'm taking a lot of inspiration from Micah from Oh Sleeper on this record, just trying to anxiety coming out in the most insane way possible for me, but also like trying to be all touchy-feely softy boy on some songs. And it's scary. It's scary putting that out there.
Yeah, I used to be the king of saying like, oh, we can't do that. Like when we were writing, I'd be like, dude, we can't do that. We're not allowed to do that. But I think actually like nowadays I'm just like, we're gonna do whatever we want. And like this record is the heaviest record and also like the least heavy record in a way. I don't know how to explain that, but I think when you hear it, you'll understand. The range and variety is just super wide, and I think this is the least scared I have been, just kind of going for it.
It's funny that the spectrum kind of grew for us in terms of just like heaviness, softness in terms of just like singing and choruses and mellow moments. It's funny how you say that like grew, but if you take Heavener as a whole and like listen to it, it's like, oh, this is the most like cohesive and in tune I think that we've ever been. Like you can, every track is like easily identifiable as like Invent Animate, which I think is something special. We just kind of found our lane in writing that like ended up with 11 songs that all work really well together. Is it 11 or 13?
We're
like 10.
This is rough.
It's
rough.
11.
It's 11.
Yeah,
it's 11.
Yeah, baby. I'm prepared.
I got a cheat sheet.
I think that covers that one.
Yeah.
That works. Some information there. The next one is from Taylor. Do y'all listen to metal every day, or do y'all have other bands we can listen to in order to understand some influence that we may not have caught before this, or before we may not have caught thus far? Whew, words.
Hell no.
There's a couple of y'alls in there. Is this a Texas person, Taylor?
Taylor Bryan. That's the most Texas name I've ever heard.
Y'all?
No. I don't listen to metal every day. We listen to a lot of other stuff. Keaton doesn't even listen to music, actually.
I do, but I just have it's like only to be.
Listen, when this guy drives, he drives in silence.
Or like I'll play like YouTube or something in the background. But
you're a big YouTuber.
Yeah, no, music is just exhausting sometimes.
This dude will get in his car and drive like from Beaumont to Houston, which is an hour and a half, and he will not put on anything.
Look, I will blame this on being like
weird,
maybe somewhat creative or something.
Weird.
Like that's my excuse, because I like listen to stuff and sometimes I'm annoyed at how it doesn't inspire me.
I feel like driving Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I feel like driving just gives you a moment to relax and listen to music. I kind of just want it to be silent. So I agree on that.
Yeah, and like sometimes it
Lord.
just doesn't like, I don't know. Like I want to be inspired or stoked when I listen to music. I don't want to listen to music and be like on autopilot. You know what I mean? If I
Some,
do that, like I've been listening to like, this is so fucking goofy, but like SpongeBob Hulu music.
dude. the other day, Keaton sent me a link to like one of the like primary songs in SpongeBob, just like the ukulele version. I was dumbfounded when you sent that to me.
You
Like,
just don't have to think about it.
he
And
sent
it's
it to
pretty
me
cool
at like
and
2
creative.
a.m. with no context, and nothing else was said. That was the whole
Yeah.
interaction.
No, it's just random stuff I'll hear, and I'm like, that's actually pretty cool.
It was dog water, bro. To answer this guy's question, some artists we listen to, Bon Iver is my favorite artist of all time. We like this dude named Tennyson. Keaton and I do. We like Polyphia. I don't know, Marcus likes pop punk. He likes Hockey Dad.
That's not pop punk, dude. That's surfer boy
Oh,
music.
whoa. Sorry.
Dude, don't do that again. No, Hockey Dad is my I think that's might be my favorite band right now. I listen to it a lot. They're cool Australian boys, but I also listen to a lot of Paris. And Paris, like, I draw a lot of inspiration when it comes to my singing from Paris. No one has, like, every time I say that, everyone is like, no, we cannot hear any inspiration. So I might do it wrong, but I feel like I'm taking inspiration from
Right.
that.
Whatever counts.
do.
I don't listen to metal every day either, but I will go on huge kicks. Like if something
Yeah.
really good comes out, I'll be cooking that shit.
Yeah, that's certainly not to discredit. There are a lot of great bands right now that I love, like North Lane, Sleep Token,
Current's new song.
Big Viljarta stands.
Viljarta, game over. A lot of great
obviously.
All
Yeah,
right.
hopefully that covers it.
Sweet.
Very good. All right. Well, that about does it for our interview. Heavener will be out on March 17th. Like I said before, pre-orders are available now for both merch and 2 new vinyl variants. UNFDstore.com/event-animate. You can also pre-save the album at unfd.lnk.to/Heavener. That link should be in the description as well. You do not have to remember that. But thank you very much to Invent Animates, everyone in chat, and UNFD for making this possible.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Yeah. Thank you, Rachel.
Killer.
That was gold, dude.